Welcome back to Garth's Graveyard Garage. In this episode, we're going to try and tackle and see if we can get running this 87 Monte Carlo SS that was abandoned, left for dead, and we got for free. So here we go. What's going on, everybody? Kids at gymnastics camp, and it's a cool morning, so I figured I'd take a break away from the 79 GMC and let's start going over this Monte Carlo. I haven't done much. I've greased the hinges on the hood so it opens a lot easier now. Vacuumed out under here because everyone always gives me crap about how much trash is always under these things. And normally we don't care because we don't know if we're keeping the vehicle. This is a keeper, and to make some of you guys happy, we cleaned it up, so if this thing does start, at least we won't suck it down into the carburetor. It was stuck, but as you can see the remnants right there, it was just a big mud dauber nest, so the carb is actually free. If you saw in the last episode about this car, the radiator cap was missing, but I took a gander down in there and it's still about half full, half empty of coolant. So yeah. Now moving on to the inside, the only thing I've done over here is put a new upper hinge on so far, just so we could actually open and close the door and the door wouldn't fall, because it was completely shot and wallered out. So just put a brand new hinge in there. Did it without taking the door off. That was fun. Now, everyone was wondering what the deal was with this car, why it was parked, why it was abandoned, all that stuff. And what I've come to find out, one, they didn't know what they were doing. They just started taking all kinds of stuff apart. So, I mean, this is shot. I mean, this is beyond the normal Chevy wobble this generation of Chevys did with the tilt steering. So I think what we're going to end up having to do is take the entire column out and rebuild it. And since I work on so many Chevys, I've got all the tools you need to pull the little pivot pins out and the special clip up here and all that stuff. But one thing that we found is it doesn't shift from, it'll go park, reverse, neutral-ish. It won't go past that. So I think they were having a problem with the system somewhere in here, got into it, realized they were in over their head, and just gave up 20-ish years ago. So we've got to, repair what they tried to fix and go from there. In the meantime, we want to find out if this thing runs. So what I'm going to do is drop the column. We'll pull the ignition switch off the top of the column, and we can manually see if it works. We know the reverse lights are stuck on, so there's probably something going on with the neutral safety switch under there. But that's where we are. I haven't done anything else other than kind of inspect it, start pricing things. Floor pans are going to run a couple $100 to put new floor pans in it. I'm going to have to do new seals. I pulled the door panel off because the latch wasn't locking or working. It was just staying open. So got under there, sprayed it. It's working now. Door panels are kind of shot, so probably going to just replace them, rebuild them, do something. I mean, all this interior needs to be redone anyways. The whole dash is shot. But the foundation of the car is good. Oh, and I did put these aren't staying on it. I prefer the SS wheels, but these came off the Fire Turkey back there. So at least we've got rollers, we can roll this thing around. But I think what I'm going to do real quick, you can't really see me do it, but I'm going to get under there, drop the column, get the ignition switch off of it, and see if we can go, see if we can move it. If we've got a battery in it, we're going to see I tried to start it in the last video or get it to turn over. I don't know if there was something with the wiring, but we're gonna try it from the ignition switch, see if that works. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm gonna get under the hood real quick, under the dash, drop the column, pull the ignition switch off the top of the column, and then we'll manually see if we can get this car to possibly come alive, get that figured out. And then we can move on to what the shifter problem is. So, okay, let me get everything situated and we'll tune back in when I get that part done. Okay, column's definitely gonna have to come out. Whoever got into this, all the rods, the rod for the high beam that goes down to the switch is in the wrong spot. The rod that goes from the ignition tumbler with the rod going down, it's not even connected to where it should be. So this is just, it's a mess. But we got the ignition switch here. So what we can do is take a little pick and push it in here and move it like it would if the rod was working correctly. But yeah, we're gonna have to pull this whole column out, and we'll just rebuild it, fix the loosey problem these things always have. And yeah, so I guess what we could do right now is hook the battery up. I have the ignition switch set to off, I believe, so there shouldn't be anything going on here. Well, let me grab a wrench real quick and tighten this up. And if we don't have any power on the inside, that's good. That means the switch is actually in the off position. And then we can try and move it, see if it turns over. If not, we can test the neutral safety switch, see if it's working right. And then if we get it to turn over, we can see if we got power to if we got spark. Maybe we can throw some fuel in it, see if it fires off. Definitely gonna disconnect that fuel line before we try. I don't know if the fuel pump's any good. We don't know any of that stuff. Doesn't sound like there's much in the fuel tank, but it doesn't smell too bad, so we might be lucky. All right, let's see if we got power to the car. One way we can test it is hit the trunk button. Dome light? Nope, no dome light. I don't know why there's a Hurst shifter handle in this thing. Unless they had it on. No, they didn't have it on. I don't know. Spare part from another car, I guess. Let's see. Got it pretty tight. I'm trying not to strip it out. I don't know if the key needs to be on. I can't remember. Let's try, and I guess, yeah, it's still closed. Let me mount this real quick, and then we'll try the switch. All right, let's see. Find out real quick. Just move it and see if it does anything. Oh yeah, we got power. Let's try the starter. Oh, we might just have a dead battery. Huh. It tried to turn. Okay, let me throw a booster on this thing, and we'll try again. All right, got a booster on it. Let's see. Okay, well, I know it's not the neutral safety switch because it's... Let me check the connections. Okay, let's try that now. Let me see if I can find possibly another battery and clean those connections, and then we'll try it again. So we'll be right back. Okay, because I work on old stuff, I don't have any side posts, but I do have some side post adapters. So we're gonna try that now. See if that works. What's really sad is that battery, when is that from? I don't know, it's old, but it works. I think it's older than the one that was in here. Let me see. Get you guys mounted real quick and let's try this thing. Keys on. Yeah. Well, we can, I guess, squirt some gas in it and find out if we got fire that way. Let me make a gas can or fill my squirt bottle real quick, and then let's try that. Actually, before I forget, let's get this fuel line disconnected. Turned it over a few times. Let's see if it's wet up here. Ah, there we go. Sun's coming out, so's the humidity. Great. Grand. Wonderful. I'm not smelling anything yet. Hoping maybe it was empty. And sometimes that can be bad, because then you get crust build up. Or tarry stuff. Nope, not wet. Let's leave it right there, see if it does squirt. Okay, place your bets. Is it gonna fire first time around? I'm gonna bet no, but let's see. No way. It's idling. Whoa. You see the orange smoke? Alright, we got rust, bud daubers, nest. We've got compression on both sides. Reverse lights are still on. Surprisingly, this engine sounds really good. So, alright. Well, I didn't tell you guys this, but if this engine was no good, I was going to go ahead and pull the LS that we built for Loretta out of Loretta and put it in this. Sorry to disappoint. Trying to keep this car original, so that's not going to happen yet. It might down the road, but so far that sounds fantastic. Just killed that belt, making bees mad. Get away. Did it pump? Nope, didn't pump any fuel. Let me fill this bowl up again. And yeah, I can't believe it sat here idling. Let me fill the bowl up again. Let's do this again. Like a rock. Try the accelerator this time, see if that actually works. Yeah, I love these quadrajets. Quadrajunks. Oh, it's probably flooded. We're all right. All right, let's try it again. pumps works. Oh. God. Should have had a camera mounted back here. Okay, that's blowing right on me. According to the gauges, alternator's not charging. It's making noise. Oh. Alternator is not charging. Was the oil pressure telling the truth? Yeah, it was. I mean, it's showing something right now, but it was actually pegged, so we got oil pressure. Oh yeah. All right. Let's try this again. This is too much fun. Oh, battery's going low. Oh, stop it. Can't believe the accelerator pump actually still works. How about that? A car that's been sitting over 20 years. Pop the hood, throw a battery in it, squirt some gas in it, just fired right off. Yeah, it's more and more likely this car only has 59,000 original miles on it. We'll know for sure once we get it moving, see if the speedometer and the odometer are working. It's going to be accurate. So I don't know what problems they were having, whether it was shifting the shifter, the ignition switch, something, and that's why it got parked, which is really sad. But all right, well, we got that part running. She's a runner. She's good. She's happy. She sounds fantastic. Didn't even have much of a lope to it when it was turning over, so I think we're all good there. Definitely got to get some new belts because it just flipped this one around the wrong direction. Clean off all these pulleys, test that alternator. Probably gonna have to change it or check the wiring, but surprisingly mice and squirrels didn't eat anything under here. So all right, well, let me clean up my mess in there, and then we'll figure out what we're doing next. Here's where we are. Cut the belts off so I could replace them, and then I noticed why the one V-belt was flipped is because the power steering pulley wasn't installed all the way on, so it was in a bind. And I noticed also there was only 2 nuts holding the cooling fan on. Top of the shroud's missing, so somebody was in here doing something at some point, and like everything else, they didn't do it right. So we're going to clean this shaft up so it goes on further. It feels fine. I guess it's all right. I don't know. I mean, the pulley looks fine. This needs to be cleaned. But yeah, it wasn't on far enough. It was probably about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch off. So I'm going to clean that, work on that. In the meantime, battery's, I think, charged, and I threw some fuel. It sounded empty, so we're going to see if we get lucky again. I threw a couple gallons of fuel in the fuel tank, so now we're going to see if it starts pumping. If it does, we might have gotten lucky. I didn't even think about checking the fuel gauge. I don't know if it even works. What's it show? Well, I know that ain't right. It shows 3/4 of a tank right now. I don't know if it changes when you turn the key on. But let me get you guys set up so you can help me look and see if this thing starts shooting gas out of there. Here we go. It's probably going to run too, since we did put gas in it. Maybe. Oh, it's shooting gas. Turn that off. See how that smells. Did we just get that lucky? That's fresh gas. So, nice. Fuel tank was actually empty. I'm gonna hook that back up. Can't run it too long because, of course, the wrong one. The cooling fan isn't hooked up. But let me get that tightened down and let's see if she'll actually idle off of the fuel tank and not start a fire. Birds really like old Clyde. They're just all over it. Probably building a nest somewhere. Okay, there's gas all over it, so let's go ahead and start it and see if we can start a fire. And yep, right now this is the key. It pops right off. See if the thermostat opens too, since the hose is off. Oh, I smell some stuff cooking under here. Ugh, like dead varmint. Just in case it starts pumping. I hear an exhaust leak right here, so we'll have to address that. Probably blocked. Oh no, got a lot of air coming out of there. Yeah, it's got great compression. Man, you gotta love these Chevy ignition systems. Sitting all this time, fire right up. We're just getting all kinds of lucky with this. Free car, threw gas in it, fired right up. Something bad is coming. I know it is. Probably going to be the transmission. Oh, let's look under here while we're waiting. I haven't even checked under here yet. No way. It's ugly, but it's full. See if we got pedal. This thing has brakes. Should I try and put it in gear? Fuel gauge. Definitely wrong. Not charging. oil pressure, temperature. These tacks never work. We're gonna have to go through and make sure all that works. Wonder if this turns on. No. Nothing. Well, that something's going on in there. I heard a noise. Lights work? Oh, look at that. Wow. The high beam switch. Let's see. Oh, I think I see him. Oh, we got one out. Give it a bump. No, that one's probably just out. We got running lights, tail lights. Need to get some new lenses for this thing. Get a walking stick. Gonna get that tint off there. You can't even see through that glass. I'm trying to see if the temperature gauge is gonna move. Fuel gauge keeps moving all over the place. Yeah. Great. Rust. Probably from the coast. I hear no ticking, nothing under the engine. All I hear is that exhaust leak. But I'm leaning under here so you guys can hear. I mean, it's got a little shake to it, but not bad. I mean, we haven't even touched ignition system, plugs, nothing. Still not opening. Oh, we're not even hot yet. Okay, well, we'll let it sit here and run a couple minutes and see if that squirts anything. If not, we'll work on that. I'm going to see if I can't get this cleaned up, get the power steering back on, because we'll definitely want that. And make sure the water pump's circulating. Probably go ahead and throw some more water in it real quick. We'll see if it starts coming out. It's bright green in there, so that's good. So, all right, let me let it sit here and run a little bit. I'm going to throw some coolant in it, see if I can find a radiator cap. I'm sure I got one around here somewhere, and then we'll go from there. Got it all cleaned up on the shaft on the power steering pump. Sorry with the lighting. Anyways, it's lined up like it should be now. It's flush on the end where it should be. It was like a 1/4 inch off, but that's all lined up now. Got the cooling fan back on, threw nuts on it, and the thermostat did open. It finally did. So let's run it again. So far so good. Not seeing any problems with the head gasket, anything like that. It's pretty close, but gotta find a shroud. Unless it's buried in the car and I didn't see it. Let it run for a little bit again, this time with the cooling fan on. If it gets too warm, I can point the swamp cooler over at the radiator. But the more it runs, the better it runs. Blow all them leaves out of there. Just got to get all, if y'all can see that. There's mud dauber nests. The whole apartment complex down there. Let's see where the temperature is. Yeah, we're just, it went up earlier, so I guess the gauge is working. I did test the alternator. It's not putting anything out. I wonder if power steering is working. No? No, I have to check the fluid, unless there was a problem with it. Might kill it. Oh, never mind. Duh. Never mind, I don't even have the belt on it. Yeah, I'm already getting brain fried out here. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit here and run for a little bit. And then brakes, I think we're okay. They're obviously not seized. Pedal feels good, it's full. Probably good there. When I run to town a little bit, I'm gonna grab the AC belt, power steering belt. Somebody deleted the air pump. Which everybody always deletes them anyways, but yeah, the smog air pump, it's gone. So that's fine, saved me the hassle. All right, well, we'll do a little bit more and then try and get it to a point where we can start inspecting the shifter and figure out why this thing's not shifting right. If we can get it to shift, we can do a little test drive. Okay, we've had the car sitting here running for about an hour and still perfect. Everything's cycling, coolant. Checked the transmission fluid, it was low. I just threw some in it. And then I heard some noises underneath. I don't know what that was. I'm not a transmission guy. But I figured I'm gonna mount the camera. Let's see if we can get it to possibly find a gear. I really hope the brakes work, because if something happens, I can't just turn it off real easy. There goes nothing. Let's see. Oh, what is that? Reverse? There's reverse. Okay, there's park. Yeah, see, I can't get past reverse. Yeah, we have reverse, but there's neutral. Oh, okay, if I pull it down real hard, we have a gear. Is it the shifter? They have all of this torn apart. So, we got drive, but it pulls it out again. Is this the wrong cable? From what I found in this car, it wouldn't surprise me if this isn't the right cable and that there's a Hirsch shifter here. I'm wondering if they did something here. What we're gonna have to do is get under the car and see if we can figure out if that's what it is. If it just needs a new shift cable, that's fantastic, because that's just right there. And real easy to do right now because the floorboard gives you full access. So think this park. Okay, I don't know where my pick is to turn the car off. We can do a test drive. Once we get that figured out, we can do at least a semi, and the brakes do work. We can do a quasi test drive, and then yeah, that'll tell us that it runs and drives. I don't know. I'd love to find the story of what was going on with this thing, because somebody abused this poor girl. All right, well, I gotta go pick up the kid here shortly from gymnastics camp, and then yeah, we'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Got the kiddo, grabbed a foot-long Subway. I'm now fat and happy. Here's where we are. Got this belt on, got a new serpentine belt over there, ordered an alternator. They didn't have any of those in stock, and I'm hoping it's the one I ordered, because the rest of them are hard to find unless I go Rock Auto. They've got them. What else? Oh, topped off the power steering fluid. So what we're going to do real quick before I go crawling under the car and we find out what's going on with that shift linkage, let's start it and see if we have power steering. Oh, doing this one-handed. In a couple hours, still fires right up. All right, let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got power steering. Okay, good deal. Before we, well, if we get the linkage figured out, I'll turn this off. I'll strap that back up under the dash so we can at least kind of do it. And Flintstone style. Oh, there's the e-brake. All right, we need to figure out what's going on with this linkage, because it goes in through the floor to there. There's no telling what we're going to find. Let me jack this side of the car up. We only need to get under here. So let me get that propped up on a jack stand, and then we'll figure out what's going on and see if we can get this part figured out. I think we have solved the riddle of why this thing was parked. By the way, power steering leaking everywhere. So they half did things. So they were probably in the midst of taking the power steering pump off, stopped. They were in the midst of this. Now let me show you what I found. Shifter, a few G-body guys, you probably know this. I didn't, I'm just finding this out now. But shift cable here to side of transmission to the shifter. Okay. I'm gonna grab my creeper so I can get under here and show you. Goes to here. Then this rod, when that turns, goes to this rod, and this pivots. I disconnected this one because this runs up to the top. Now let's go up there. And it runs to right there. Well, the reason they were disconnecting all the steering and stopped is because that is seized up. So when you were pulling, it was shifting, but this was pushing it back because it's seized up. So here's our answer, why it was parked. They got deep into this and probably didn't know what they were doing or got scared or whatever their deal is, but now we know. All it was that, I guess, I don't know what that goes to. If that's only for the indicator on the dash, that's ridiculous, but I don't know. Not needed. I can't think of what else it is. Oh, I know what else it is. It's a safety. This makes sure that you have your foot on the brake and everything before you shift it. So right now, the shifter's hooked up. It does move. It goes into all gears now. This makes sure your foot's on the brake. We don't care about that right now. We're going to rebuild all this anyways. So, and I guess I'm going to be ordering a power steering pump. But I guess that means we can try a test drive. See how it goes. I'm going to just kind of tack the steering back up to the dash and then just give it a shot. This is going to be sketch, but we're going to do it anyways. Since the windows don't roll down right now, the T-tops work, so I took one off. At least I have an escape route if I need to. Got this back up on here and it's very loose, but all right, let's give this a shot. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Let's see. Reverse. Drive. I can't see nothing. Wait, I think, yeah, this mirror, that one works. Okay. Hopefully there's nobody behind me. I don't care if I hit my own stuff, I just don't want to hit somebody else. Minus the steering wheel, this thing drives pretty solid. Make sure my foot don't fall through the floorboard. Probably running on 7 cylinders. There's a little miss. Break them rotors in because they haven't been used in a while. Truck coming up behind me, so I don't have turn signals. Power steering running out. And there's the Muppet. Whoa, whoa. Follow through the floor. Well, she runs, she drives. Now we know why she was parked. All right, let me clean up my mess and then we'll be back. Every once in a while, you get lucky. So far, I mean, rebuilding these columns isn't a lot of fun if you've never seen it done or if you've never done it. It's very tedious. A lot of things that can aggravate you. I don't know if there's plenty of videos out there that show how to rebuild G-body steering columns, so I don't know if we'll do a video on that. Probably just be something I sit down and get aggravated and do on my own. At least I can have some copyright music that I won't get in trouble for. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got the paperwork on the way. It's the only reason I jumped on it. Came back free and clear, so we're good. Title's in my name. Yeah, people have been asking me if it's for sale. No, it's not. This is one of my top 10s. So this thing's actually going to get the full treatment. We'll gut the interior, new interior, eventually fix the little cancer spots, put a new paint job on this. Oh, and speaking of which, I had thought before this thing had been sprayed before with paint. This is actually just the clear coat coming off. I tested a few spots, and yeah, it's just the clear coat. So this is the original paint job. You can kind of see the silhouette of the SS Monte Carlo right there. These I could be wrong, but I think he added these. These didn't come on it. T-tops work, found the seals for that. We got the floor pans coming. I'm gonna change the rest of the hinges, get the door bolts set. The hood works now, so you can pop it. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun project. It'll be one of those ones where we occasionally have a video about it. And right now I'm trying to get caught up on the other stuff, but at least this runs and drives now. We can move it around. That's fantastic. The GMC, if you didn't watch the video, we're about to drop the guts in it. So got all the rest of the pieces we need, motor mount bolts, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. And yes, to the guy that said, don't forget the torque converter bolts, they're in that bag. I haven't forgot. They will get put in. So, all right. Yeah, I'm not going to be filming, this weekend because it is Riley's birthday. She's going to be 8, and so we're going to do a daddy-daughter day and hang out and do stuff, play with her birthday presents and all that kind of stuff. So, next video will be jumping back on the GMC, getting the power plant installed and seeing if it's going to run and drive. I just realized I'm sitting in front of the fan. I hope you can hear everything I'm saying. But another thing that was brought to my attention is that I use my hands too much when I talk. Yeah, I can't talk if I don't use my hands. I have to use my hands. Motion creates emotion. So I've been hearing that my whole life. You should see my dad. He's 10 times worse. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this stuff up, clean up, go inside, chill out, and relax, and get ready for work for the rest of the week and the kid's birthday. So thanks for tuning in. Yeah, let me know what you think about the Monte. It's cool hearing stories. I love cars like this where you guys have stories of these things from the past. My only real story is that my mom had a G-body Cutlass back in the early 80s. I remember that, and I liked that car. And then she ended up trading that in for a 84 Buick LeSabre 2-door. That was a cool car too. If I could find another cool 2-door car for her, I'd definitely build her another Buick. But anyways, I'm rambling. I'm tired and I need a nap. But love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this video. We got lucky. Free Monte Carlo that ran and drove right out of the weeds. So hopefully we get some more like that. We do have another possible car rescue coming up. I'm not going to say what it is yet because it'll bite us in the butt if I do, just in case something happens. But I think you guys are going to dig that one too. It's another one where I know a ton of you are going to have stories about your past with that car. But all right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, check out the merch store, GARTH'sGraveyardGarage.com, and we will see you hopefully very soon in the next one. So, love ya.